Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for Chronicles in Collecting, where we're going to take a look at the Mechagodzilla Orai Noriyoshi poster version. This actually is a Godzilla that never appeared in any of the movies, but was actually on the promo poster for the 1993 Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. In the original version of the script, or at least in an early draft, the Godzilla was originally supposed to have multiple parts that transform into a bigger Mechagodzilla. That got scrapped. So kind of the only thing that still exists of it is this poster. It's kind of become a fan favorite over the years, so they made a figure of it. The figure is from the Tamashii mix label, which is, I guess, a cross between the S.H.MonsterArts, which is the line that normally the Godzilla figures come from, as well as a mix with the Chogokin line, which is, you know, obviously all the giant robot figures come from, and this is really a perfect mix of those two. I'm a little out of my wheelhouse here because I'm not a huge Godzilla fan, but let's get to unboxing. So like I said in the opening, I'm not a super big Godzilla guy. I don't have anything against it. I've just really never watched much of it. This figure kind of ran into it in kind of funny way. I was just, you know, I normally just do searches on websites and just Google searches for just various Chogokin stuff just to see what a particular store has in sale. And because this is the Chogokin cross S.H.MonsterArts, it kind of showed up in one of my searches, and I was like, what is this thing? And, you know, and I see this picture, and it's just like such a unique kind of this like old kind of like sci-fi, you know, robot thing, and I was like, this looks awesome. And then I was doing a little bit more reading on it, and then I found out that it was like a transformer, or not transformer, but like it combined, you know, like the Megazord or whatever, and I was like, all right, I am going to have to buy this. So I just want to make sure that we get that on camera. But yeah, definitely had to make sure I got this. I have, funny enough, unrelated to purchasing this figure, I did recently watch the Shin Godzilla movie by Anno, who is the director of Evangelion. And like I said, I don't know anything about Godzilla, but it was actually a really, really good movie. It's, you know, it is about Godzilla, obviously. It's called Shin Godzilla. But it's really more about the Japanese government and maybe how they have or have not been able to deal with a variety of like natural disasters that have hit Japan over the last decade or so. So that's really, the movie is kind of less about Godzilla itself and more just about how a, you know, very bureaucratic traditional government would try to address a situation of this giant monster slowly, you know, kind of appearing and then wreaking havoc on Japan. So for that, I would definitely recommend watching it. I know it's at least available to rent on Amazon. I don't know if it's on any of the streaming services or anything like that, but it's a really good movie, and it does not actually have that many nods to Evangelion on it. There's like an online message board they show very briefly, and someone's name is Baka Shinji, with a picture of Asuka, as well as there's a little, I think the kind of main theme from Eva, the kind of, you know, Tokyo is in trouble theme. So kind of quickly taking a look at the different figures that we have here. So again, what's really cool about this Mechagodzilla is that there are kind of three almost like Zords that transform into the bigger Mechagodzilla. So this one is a tank. Quite sure what this is. I guess it's a different tank as well. Sure, why not? Because it comes with like a little, I think it might be a manga. It's got some really, really cool artwork on the cover there. It's obviously written entirely in Japanese. I'm just gonna thumb through it real quickly. Actually, I should probably do it facing the camera. But yeah, kind of a nice little addition. Obviously, probably more so if you speak Japanese, but it's still nice. Don't normally get stuff like manga and you know, posters and stuff like that when you open up these figures. All right, we'll get these on the machine here as we start to try to put this together. I guess the one thing, my kind of initial impressions of the figure, you know, obviously there's not much here, right? There's kind of the three pieces that you see. They're very like substantial. You could feel they're pretty much like all metal. I'm sure there's some plastic in there somewhere, but they feel really heavy. They feel kind of like, you know, really nice quality. My only complaint is that you could tell that it's just not going to be that huge of a figure. I mean, I hope that it gets to the size of the Dragon Zord, but I think that might even be pushing it. You know, obviously I want something that's like just as big so it could kind of like stand toe to toe, you know, with the Megazord, Ninja Megazord, Thunder Megazord, kind of all those guys, but it looks like this might be a little bit of a smaller figure. I mean, that's not a problem. It lists, you know, the height, you know, in the product placement. It's not like that's, you know, misleading or anything like that. It's just, you know, kind of a little bit, possibly a disappointment, but I think it'll be fine. You know, I'm just excited to really just check out this figure, because I love the figure. I love the figure before I even knew that it transformed, and then when it transformed, I was like, it went from, you know, when to immediately need to be purchased. All right, so we finally got him together. I'd say putting this together, it wasn't the hardest thing I've ever dealt with, but it was a little tricky. And also, you know, especially when you're dealing with all these metal pieces, you're just like trying to be careful that you're not, you know, rubbing anything off or making any dents or anything like that. But I did get together. The instructions could definitely be a little clearer. There were a few spots that you kind of had to like jimmy it into place that the instructions did not make that clear. I kind of had to watch some other videos. It's also a little unclear to me whether this chest piece is supposed to click into place. The instruction doesn't actually show it, and I watched some other people put theirs together and they didn't either, so I guess not. Let's throw it on the rotating stand here for some final thoughts. I gotta be careful because there are... So he's wearing these like rollerblade things, and he's very top heavy. You know, I think the combined figure, it's awesome. You know, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but what can you do? You know, I think that, you know, obviously I knew that kind of getting in what the size was. The detailing is really nice. The color is really nice. I just love the design. It's got this weird, like, retro sci-fi. It seems like it was a design made much earlier than 1993, in my opinion. I think it's a really unique design, and the fact that it is combined from 3 smaller mechs, in my opinion, is awesome. So I would definitely recommend this. Putting it together is not fun, but I would not call it frustrating. But I think it's just a really cool design, and I think it kind of fits well with my more, you know, Gundam and Gao and Power Rangers type stuff versus, you know, maybe some of the other Godzilla figures. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. New unboxings go up every Wednesday, and I have anime reviews that go up on Tuesday. And please join me for the next episode where we're going to take a look at the NZ66 Kshatriya from Gundam Unicorn. This is probably my favorite non-Mobile Suit Gundam, so I'm really looking forward to unboxing it. Thanks so much, and keep collecting.